What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. Interesting story out of Airbnb last night. I've never actually stayed in an Airbnb, I think maybe one time my entire life. But I understand their convenience, in particular in cities where, hotel spots are hard to find or they're very expensive. But it seems like Airbnb, between their ridiculous cleaning fees and requirements, have kind of priced themselves out and people are turning back to hotels. And last night, they suffered some serious instant regret after banning the family of a political commentator that they didn't like. And that particular political commentator is Lauren Southern. I've always had a good relationship with Lauren. I've appeared on a few shows with her. I think I've had her on my show at one point. She's certainly had an interesting career. But what's really interesting about this is that they didn't ban her, which would have been absurd enough. Look, if you do something bad, like, I don't know, you stay in somebody's house and you leave a bunch of dead fish in the back of the toilet or something like that, or, you leave houses a mess after, so many times you get banned, that I understand. Getting banned for not liking someone's political opinions is extraordinarily bizarre. Now, private company people, yes, I hear you. And sure, Airbnb can choose to ban customers based on their political opinions if they so choose, but then I get to cover it and tell everyone who doesn't agree with that to consider an alternative. Now, Airbnb certainly has pretty close to a monopoly in this space, but there are other options, including actual hotels where you don't have to clean up after yourself and make all the beds and still pay fees for it. This is insane. She tweets last night, "My parents just got banned from Airbnb for being related to me. They have never booked anything for me. They do not represent me in any way. They aren't publicly political in any way. How is this sane in any way, Airbnb?" Here's the email. "We have an update to share. We've removed you from the Airbnb platform because your account is closely associated with a person who isn't allowed to use Airbnb. This means you'll also no longer be able to use or book reservations on Airbnb. For the safety of our community, we may remove accounts that are closely associated with people who aren't allowed to use Airbnb." So you're punishing her family because what? Their mealy mouth explanation might be, well, they might use it to book for you. So, I mean, do you think all these, by the way, Airbnbs used to be a nice way for like people to make a little extra money, and then it got corporatized and it's ruined a lot of vacation spots and things of that nature. That's a whole different, I've actually got a far more sinister tale to tell you about Airbnb after this, because, Airbnb wants to F around. So now they're going to find out. Make sure you share this video far and wide. She continues, "The $300 cleaning fees for a $200 rental are cringe and exploitative anyways. Support local hotels. I hope you know that you're all associated with me." Get 3 million impressions. She wrote, "Further context, I was banned years ago for my politics and quote affiliations as well. How many degrees of affiliations can Airbnb realistically ban people for? Will friends of my parents now be banned? Cousins, second cousins? Yes, I appealed and was denied. My parents are some of the sweetest people I know. They were just planning a romantic getaway. They aren't political activists. All I've learned is that if governments and corporations can't shut you up by harming you, they now go after your families." And what's interesting is that this is what's nuts about it is Airbnb is doing far worse than this. By the way, this is just another perfect example of, if I can, I've given you a whole day off. See that little logo down below, coffeebrandcoffee.com. This is like the exact stuff, the exact reason why I started Coffee Brand Coffee. Like, I literally don't care if you're ultra far left or you're ultra far right and you enjoy my coffee. Your money's welcome for me. You're never going to hear Coffee Brand Coffee say anything political. It exists completely separate from me. I mean, it is owned by me, but it does not speak for me, and I don't speak for it other than when I tell you how delicious our coffee, tea, and cocoa are. Today might be a great day. It's warming up a little bit in the Midwest here, but if you haven't yet, all I can ask is that you check out our reviews. We've got a whole new batch of them, looks like, that came in. They're extremely high, 3,100 5-star reviews. We have 15 different coffees, including, bestsellers, 2, 3, and 4, which is an Ethiopian, a Colombian, and then our dark roast, our blueberry cobbler, brand new flavor hazelnut churro, which is selling really well, our cold brew, K-Cups, Roaster's Choice program, and there's something for everyone. If you don't like coffee, we have a dozen organic teas. If you don't like tea, we've got 3 real cacao hot cocos. We've got something for everyone, and I'll leave a link in the description. Promo code The Quartering, and you'll save. We also turned on in the checkout a military discount. So if you're military, you get 15% off. That's the biggest discount. Like, that's above and beyond any promo code that we've ever put out. So that's, I hear you like your discounts. So there you go. Appreciate you and happy to give it to you. Now, Airbnb. Now this story went kind of, got wild. A thread by Data Racer, viewed by 200,000 people. Airbnb banned Lauren Southern's parents today because of her political views. Did you know that thousands of women, are allegedly bad things happen to them at Airbnbs every year by creeps who are listing rooms on their app? Airbnb, this is their claim, pays millions per year to keep these cases quiet. You see, woman allegedly something very bad happened at New York Airbnb, received a settlement of $7 million. Airbnb sued by guest who says a host did something terrible to her. That's a different one. Airbnb deals with thousands of creep allegations every year, but it manages to keep many out of the public eye. Payouts, arbitrations, and NDAs have helped Airbnb avoid scrutiny on safety issues. So guess what? Airbnb, women out there, something to consider, right? Fellas who have sisters, wives, girlfriends, moms who use Airbnb, show them this article. And by the way, this isn't some old article. It's from summer of 2021. Thousands a year. Bloomberg, 2 survivors spur Airbnb arbitration turnaround. Here's another one. Now they can sue Airbnb. There are dozens of many alleged cases against Airbnb. You can find dozens of law firms advertising cases online. I don't know much about Lauren Southern or her opinions and don't care, but Airbnb is another far left tech company hiding disgusting secrets. Here's a law firm. Can I sue after something bad happens to my Airbnb? It's such a big business that lawyers are running ads looking for people out there. You can see Airbnb banned a conservative YouTuber's family from the app, claiming she's a danger to the community. Airbnb hosts are doing terrible things to hundreds of rental guests every year. They pay $50 million a year to make these stories disappear. Airbnb is the most dangerous app since Craigslist. Google, search Airbnb terrible incident. You'll find they're flooding tons of SEO web pages with murder mysteries and escape room activities. Airbnb is actively trying to suppress news stories in the search engines to hide all the terrible things that happen to their guests at Airbnb rentals. I mean, these are paid searches too. I mean, it's basically like Uber, right? Uber does the same thing. They bury all the terrible things that happen to people that get in their cars, in particular women. I never let my wife use it. I'm not a fan. Have some weirdo pick her up, and not going to happen. Especially Uber, where it's so easy to become one of their drivers. Like, I might hire a driver service where they've been around for a long time, but no, not Uber, not Airbnb. And of course, after all the wild backlash, this morning it was reported, Lauren followed up, my parents never appealed the decision. They're trying to make this look like it was a mistake due to bad PR. It was not. They just miscalculated how far they could go. How about the truth for a change? So after massive backlash, they caved. We reviewed your appeal and made the decision to restore your account. We're sorry for the inconvenience. Blah, 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 blah. Well, they never appealed it. And, I certainly hope that they don't use it. And that, if you have an Airbnb account and you decide to close it, maybe let them know why. I don't play with, and by the way, if they had done this to like a leftist or something like that, it's equally messed up. Like, it's equally deplorable, and, should be called out as such. So No, Airbnb, you will never be getting any of my money because this is not the first time you've done it. And also, thanks to that thread by Data Racer, you see a lot deeper corruption inside this company that should really give you pause before you decide to give them any money whatsoever, especially if you're a woman or a woman staying there, because it seems like it's extraordinarily dangerous to me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll share this video. I'm trying to get to 1.5 million subscribers by my birthday in April. So if you haven't yet, please do consider clicking that subscribe button down below on whatever platform you're on. I would greatly appreciate it. Check out coffeebrandcoffee.com today. I hope you pick up some coffee, tea, or cocoa, and we'll talk to you again real soon.